Now at 7, what types of crime are on the rise in Wake County that you can help prevent? Caught only on WRAL's camera, the recapture of an inmate hours after he fled from Wake Med.
Last night was an unfortunate situation.
Hear what the Wake County Sheriff says led up to his escape. Plus, why a candidate for Durham City Council is now dropping out of the race.
New timing of a cold front means the chance for showers and some storms is on the rise. I'll tell you what it means for your visit to the State Fair and for the weekend.
Raleigh police are taking more guns off the streets and making more arrests in the Glenwood South area. That's according to new crime stats released just in the last few hours. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Rowe.
And I'm Chris Lovingood in for Dan Haggerty. Overall, in downtown Raleigh, police saw a 53% increase in firearms confiscated in the last 3 months compared to the same time frame last year.
WRAL's Carly Haynes is live at the Raleigh Wake Emergency Communication Center with these trends that are catching the attention of Raleigh police. Carly.
Well, police typically see more violence this time of year compared to previous months, but compared to last year, violence is actually down and property crime is up. I want to start here. Let's talk about stolen cars. Police had 158 more vehicles stolen from July through September of this year compared to last year. And it's not just the cars being stolen, it's what's inside of them as well. We've heard a lot about break-ins happening in and around our area. Chief Estella Patterson says many times people are going after unsecured guns. RPD confiscated 394 illegally owned guns over the past few months. That includes 85 in Glenwood South. More than 40% of them were stolen from cars. In Glenwood South, police made 150 arrests over the past few months. Chief said they've taken some steps to try to curb crime in the social district.
Alter the traffic patterns to prevent cruising and traffic bottlenecking, which prevents emergency vehicles from getting in if they need to get to that area. We have also cracked down on motorcycle clubs, loitering in parking lots and doing burnouts. We've also committed patrols to riding the decks to prevent car break-ins and illegal use and abuse.
Now, police have also increased their patrols and added cameras to the downtown business core. Also, as we head into the holiday season, be particularly mindful of your personal belongings. The Raleigh Police Chief says they typically see an increase in robberies and larcenies as we head into the holiday months. Back to you.
Carly Haynes live in Raleigh. Thank you.
I'm Mark Boyle in the WRAL Live Center right now, continuing to follow that Amber Alert the past couple of hours out of Stanley County. This is the photograph right here of the little boy on the right side of your screen, Jasper Crease, a 3-year-old. His mom on the left side, Charity Crease. They're believed to be in an Acura RDX. On your screen, some these photos again as we talk about what we know here. The Sheriff's Department says it's the little boy's mother that took the child, and she has some medical issues. And they say that she didn't have her medicine, also no money at all. So that's the concern here tonight as they issued that Amber Alert out of the Charlotte area. Again, in that Acura RDX, on the back of it, there are several stickers. One sticker that says, "Save the honeybees." They're releasing that detailed information. So if you're out there on the roadways this evening and you see the Acura and you see that sticker, you might put 2 and 2 together and call 911 as they try and track this little boy down with his mother that seemed to be in possible harm's way. Back to you.
Mark, I know you'll be watching this very carefully. Thank you. We are learning more after Wake County deputies rushed to East Wake High School to break up fights there. Tonight, the principal sent an email to parents. In it, they said administrators and deputies were called to break up fights, as you see right here. Video showing a student fight while a school resource officer tries to separate the students using pepper spray. Principal Stacy Alston said the students involved in the fights will be disciplined. There are no reports of any injuries.
Tonight, we're learning more about how a Wake County inmate escaped custody at Wake Med last night, even as a detention officer was by his side. This is the moment that they recaptured him. WRAL was the only crew with cameras rolling when authorities recaptured him. The sheriff calls it an unfortunate incident and accepts full responsibility. As WRAL's Chelsea Donovan reports, now he and his team are reviewing their transport protocols to ensure something like this doesn't happen again.
In court today, McLean told the judge he cut himself while behind bars, and that's what prompted him to go to Wake Med, where he later ran from authorities. McLean has actually been arrested 13 times over the course of 5 years, and tonight he's back in the Wake County Jail.
It was a tense situation for law enforcement last night after this man, 23-year-old Zaire McLean, ran out the doors at Wake Med while in the custody of a detention officer. According to a warrant, that officer is Sergeant Bell with the Wake County Sheriff's Office.
Last night was an unfortunate situation.
Sheriff Rowe says McLean was rushed to the ER in handcuffs from jail when suddenly the inmate was able to run out the door.
If there's multiple people in the hallway that you're moving an inmate from one location to another, and the inmate starts to run, you pursue him. There's equipment, people in a way that can distract or disrupt your ability to, regain custody of them in a quick manner.
McLean was only in the Wake County Jail one day. He was arrested on Monday, charged with larceny of a firearm, an AR-15, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. After the hospital escape around 8:30 Tuesday, a countywide alert and reverse 911 took place, informing residents of the escape.
The search was successful. It took a little less than 4 hours.
Just after midnight, Wake County Sheriff deputies found McLean near these apartments on Calumet Drive. WRAL's exclusive video shows his arrest, still in his orange and white jumpsuit just pulled down. He was also still wearing handcuffs. Now the sheriff says they're reviewing several policies and conducting an internal investigation.
We're reviewing the entire process of what took place.
McLean will remain in the Wake County Jail under no bond for his previous felony charges. He's due back in court later this month. Chelsea Donovan, WRAL News, Raleigh.
A family is demanding someone be held responsible for the death of their UNC student. Let me walk you through this. 19-year-old Elizabeth Burton from Charlotte died from an overdose on fentanyl-laced cocaine on Duke University's campus. Investigators say that happened 2 days after Burton called up a suspected drug dealer to buy cocaine. The Duke student she was with at the time pleaded guilty to a federal drug charge. The suspected dealer, Kai Frazier, is charged in connection with a Raleigh man's death. That's related to cocaine mixed with fentanyl the same week Burton died.
And they're not being recognized as crime victims. And I think that that's important because when they're recognized as crime victims, they have certain rights, such as the right to be present at the trial and speak at the trial and get their story out there, get Gracie's story out there.
That was Chris Burton, the family's attorney, and they also say part of the problem is the medical examiner didn't list fentanyl at all as a cause of her death. That's despite federal agents finding the synthetic opioid with cocaine in a baggie in her phone and a test showing fentanyl in her urine the morning she overdosed.
Investigators found a body inside a car in the parking lot of a Carborough auto repair shop. It was discovered this morning at Al's Garage on South Merritt Mill Road. Police say they're trying to identify the person and figure out how they died. Investigators do not believe there is a threat to the community. UNC police are investigating a string of car break-ins at various spots on and near the main campus. Officials say at least 15 cars were broken into. The locations include the Williamson lot, the Ambulatory Care Center, McLean Center, and the Craig North parking deck, among others. Police are reminding students and visitors to lock their cars, remove valuables, and report any suspicious activity to officials.
A biotech company in Chapel Hill has more money to support fentanyl overdose treatments. Cessation Therapeutics received a $14.8 million grant from the National Institute on Drug Abuse. It'll be used to develop an antibody that will stop or reverse an overdose and treat opioid use disorder. Only 5 people are running to fill 3 seats on Durham's City Council now. Sheila Huggins, who finished 5th of the 12 candidates in the primary, is dropping out following the primary. WRAL's Monica Casey was there when Huggins announced the end of her campaign and her plans for the future.
The race to fill 3 city council seats now only has 5 candidates. Sheila Huggins has suspended her campaign. She will not be one of the elected officials sitting inside city council chambers. Sheila Huggins says overall voter turnout in the primary was disappointing. She received just over 6,500 votes.
So I think there needs to be more direct engagement between the voter and whoever is running for election.
Huggins says her focus for the rest of election season will be voter engagement, encouraging higher turnout.
I do think that people are disconnected from what they see going on. They see a lot of development going on. They see the city changing. They don't necessarily feel like it's connected to them.
One of the main issues Huggins' campaign focused on is jobs. She says that will continue to be a priority for her.
We've been talking a lot about affordable housing, and what I tell people is there is no home that's affordable if you do not have a job or an income to pay for it.
With Huggins dropping out, that leaves 5 candidates for the 3 at-large seats: Nate Baker, Javiera Caballero, Carl Rist, Khalila Kareem, and Monique Halsey-Hyman. Both Baker and Caballero received more than 12,000 votes in the primary, and Rist was close behind with about 11,800. Kareem had just over 8,000 votes, and Halsey-Hyman received about 5,500. There are 2 candidates left in the race for Durham mayor: current city council member Leonardo Williams and current state senator Mike Woodard. In Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
The Durham unit of the League of Women Voters is hosting a candidate forum this Sunday that's happening from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Duke Memorial United Methodist Church.
A Triangle-based energy company is making new strides to help boost the state's economy. Hear why Governor Cooper says the company's newest technologies could help the state become more energy efficient. Plus, state fair food costs more this year. We'll talk about why some vendors say so-called fairflation is making you spend more to enjoy your favorite treats. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is live at the State Fair. Kat?
And you know, Dumbo is a classic ride out here at the North Carolina State Fair. Similar to these Dumbos, our temperatures are going to be going up and down as we head throughout the weekend and next week. I'll walk you through all the ups and downs live at the North Carolina State Fair coming up.
Governor Roy Cooper visited Schneider Electric in the Triangle today. It's a global energy company that's brought more than $180 million to the state.
And WRAL climate change reporter Liz McLaughlin gives us a look at its newest technology aimed at speeding up the clean energy transition.
Governor Roy Cooper shook hands and waved at robot hands while touring Schneider Electric's hub in Morrisville.
We hope that as this company grows, that it will continue to focus on North Carolina as a place to grow.
Schneider Electric employs more than 1,500 people statewide, and its products are found in 4 out of every 10 homes in the U.S.
Our business is energy management, automation, and making sure we do it in a way with software so we make it sustainable.
The company's taking aim at emissions with technology that can connect technicians to equipment with no commute.
This robot has a digital twin. You can see right here a virtual counterpart. So if something goes wrong and it needs a repair, an employee can do that troubleshooting remotely. That can make automation more efficient and safer.
Other innovations are localizing manufacturing for lightning-fast construction in the face of a disaster.
We do want to be able to react quickly.
With parts created in North Carolina that can be assembled on site in 2 hours instead of 12 weeks.
We in the county really try to talk a lot about regionalism when it comes to economic development, workforce, and transit.
The company's also developing ways to make the energy grid more efficient by managing and prioritizing energy from different sources. Innovation that could help the state meet its goal of reducing emissions from the power sector by 70% by 2030, despite Duke Energy's latest carbon plan missing that mark.
I hope the Utilities Commission will see the great advancements that are happening in technology and will push Duke toward more renewable energy.
Pushing private sector innovation to spur public sector energy cuts. Liz McLaughlin, WRAL News.
I should note many of these developments are collaborations with Triangle universities, including NC State.
Researchers at the Duke Human Vaccine Institute say they have developed a vaccine that would work against 3 deadly strains of the coronavirus. Researchers say the vaccine offers broad protection against MERS, SARS-CoV, and SARS-CoV-2, viruses that have caused major outbreaks in humans every 7 to 9 years. This type of vaccine provides a platform that would allow scientists more flexibility to deal with whichever virus comes next.
You wouldn't necessarily have to worry about the coronavirus that's coming in the future because you would have broad immunity against multiple different coronaviruses.
This is not a vaccine that will be available soon. It's just in the first stage in the preclinical research. There's a lot of ground to cover before the vaccine would be ready for clinical trials.
All right, let's get you a live look right now at the North Carolina State Fair. So many people enjoying their time out there. There's the merry-go-round as people are riding, enjoying it. The rides are cool, but everyone knows the food is one of the best parts. But some of you tell WRAL that fair food seems more expensive this year. So we took a look at how some of the food that's popular used to cost. In 2018, stands would sell 2-foot-long hot dogs for $5. A single-foot-long hot dog will now set you back $10. In 2020, giant turkey legs were $12. They're selling for $18 today, a 50% price jump in 3 years. Food vendors tell WRAL they're seeing their own costs go up and having to pass them on to customers just to get by.
The price of the meat, and then napkins have gone up, employee rates have gone up. I feel bad, but we have to make some money here still too.
Some visitors to the fair say, especially for people bringing their families, it's important to plan ahead and know what you can safely spend. Entry and ride tickets are still the same cost as last year, though, and fair parking is free. We're still talking about the fair as meteorologist Kat Campbell live there right now. Kat, I know you've been enjoying the weather that's out there, enjoying a little ice cream. What are you up to right now?
Well, you know, I love that I get to do a live shot, do live weather at the fair here when it's after sunset, because there's something so magical about the lights out here at the North Carolina State Fair on the Midway. I mean, check this out. We got the big rides going. We have everything going on out here, all lit up at dark, and it is just so magical looking. And, you know, it is cool enough where I am glad that I've got my long sleeves on tonight. So let's take a look at tonight's forecast so you can get a better feel for what to expect. It is cool out here, 63 right now under mostly cloudy skies. And I've got to say, you can see from that shot there and my live shot here, it is busy at the fair for a Wednesday night. I am impressed with how many people are out here. We expect temperatures to fall into the 50s by 9 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, 54 degrees. So let's move ahead to tomorrow. Tomorrow should be another gorgeous day out here at the North Carolina State Fair. I talked to some folks earlier today in the WRAL booth who said they were getting here before the gates even opened to get in. So if you plan on doing that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., it's going to be chilly, 48 degrees. As we head toward the later morning hours, warming up into the 50s. By noon tomorrow, near 70. And tomorrow should be one of the warmer days of the week with a high of 73. It's going to be one of the warmest days we've seen so far this week. So if you like the warm weather, tomorrow is the day to come to the fair. Futurecast showing we have some fronts that are going to be passing through as we head into Friday. And the cold front that moves through on Friday, that will bring the chance for some scattered showers, perhaps an isolated storm as we head into Friday afternoon and evening. And some of those could last into the night, I would say. Best chances between about 3 and maybe 9 p.m. I want to show you the long-range forecast. Once that cold front moves in, we expect temperatures to fall into the 60s over the weekend, but we're going to warm right back up after that potentially. The long-range outlook for Halloween shows that we have temperatures likely to be above normal. Normal is upper 60s for highs, and normal lows are in the mid-40s, and that is for October 26th through November 1st. So just want to give you a little preview of what you could see as we head into Halloween, but all eyes are on the State Fair for now. If you're headed to the State Fair Friday, make sure that you bring your rain gear with you. Over the weekend, it is drier, cooler, more sunshine as we wrap up the State Fair this weekend. And then even cooler as we look ahead to next week. We could be down to 41 for the low. Out here at the State Fair tonight, you know, so far I've only been able to do live shots on some of the smaller rides, the kiddie rides, because I have to hold my iPad with the weather graphics. But it may be about time to go on some of the big rides after I wrap up here at 7 o'clock. What do you think? I got it in me tonight?
I think you got it in you. Just careful with your photog on there. I don't know if he wants to be swinging around with that.
Oh, you got to do it, Kat. Have fun. Great job out there. You just look like you're having so much fun.
A local artist is using his talents to paint the town, all kinds of colors. How his passion project is highlighting history in some small Wake County communities.
A local artist is using his talents to honor the history of a small Wake County town.
I mean, it's stunning to see. The Durham native is painting 3 murals throughout Roseville. This passion project is part of a larger one that spans the entire county, the Wake Murals program. The United Arts Council works with towns and cities to create murals that best represents them.
So as people come here, I really want them to not only feel like this aesthetically enhances the area, but also tells a story.
And when we asked him what inspired his paintings, he said he used community input, the town's history, and his own experiences. The murals are set to be officially unveiled at the town's Fall Fun Fest on October 28th. And I mean, it just looks beautiful right now from what he's got.
Just fabulous.
A new canine is joining the Zebulon Police Department, and they need your help naming him.
This is a tough one because the names are both really good. So this is a 16-month-old German Shepherd. He'll join the department in December. He starts training at the end of the month, so they want to be sure he has a name beforehand. Here are the two names you can choose from: Astro or Reeves. Votes can be placed on the Zebulon Police Department's Facebook page until October 20th.
Can I throw in a third option?
No, you only get two.
Why not Zeb?
Zeb.
Just Zeb.
That's cute.
That looked like a Zeb, right?
Yeah, Zeb's
just
cute.
Saying.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about cute overload.
More dog news.
You know I love my Great Dane and all Great Danes.
I love my Yorkie.
Oh, a dog in Raleigh has set a record for giving birth to the most puppies, and she's getting national fame for it.
Put her in the books. This is Mama Meadow and her 15 Great Dane puppies. Perfectly Imperfect Pups shared the photo of Mama Meadow a few days ago, and the photo blew up, understandably. All 15 pups are happy and healthy. That's important. The nonprofit says despite being a wonderful and sweet dog herself, Mama Meadow is still looking for her forever home. Ashley, you can't take all of them home. I see you looking at the pictures right now. Folks, you can read more about Mama Meadow and her dogs over at WRAL.com. You got enough dogs, don't you?
I do, but I want another one. I would take home this Mama Meadow if I could. She just looks so tired and in need of just a fun life.
She needs a treat.
Yeah. Thank you for making WRAL your choice for local news.
Our next newscast is at 10 on Fox 50 and 11 o'clock on WRAL. We'll see you then.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air Channel 34 and Spectrum Channel 1257.